Welcome to Java Technocraft. In this video, we will try to understand how to sort objects. So we all know that how to sort primitive types, which we have seen before in the previous sessions. So in this session, we will understand how to sort objects. So let's jump into it. So let's take a real-time example where we have an employee database and the application reads the data from records from the database and then would like to share the sorted salaries of the employees to the client. So you can very well do it with the SQL cursor query, but there might be some restrictions to use it in the application because there might be some additional processing that might be required. So for that reason, we will not be using the sorted query, but we may have to sort the records in the application side. So let's jump into the code. Okay, so I already have an employee class. Okay, so the way to sort it out is that, so whatever the object which you want to sort out has to implement a interface called comparable. So here we have three variables: ID, salary, and EMP name. So basically, if you want to sort the employee by salary, so the comparable interface will utter two override compare to method. So in this method, what we do is that we compare this object with the object which is passed in the comparator, and return the whatever the valid integer we find it out. So here I'm casting the O1 into employee, and then I'm comparing the salary of the passed in this current object salary to the new object which is passed in as a parameter. So after comparing it, if the salary is greater than e salary, then it will return -1. If it is less than, it will return 1. If it is equal to the salary, then it is 0. Then probably we may have to sort out in some other way, like by the employee name. So if the salaries are same, probably we may have to sort it out by employee name. That is why we are comparing here the employee name with the previous employee with the object which is passed over here. So the return value int either -1, 1 or 0 will be passed in, and accordingly Java will sort it out the objects in the array list. So this is the employee class, and then in sorted object class I have created 5 employees, and then assigning each employee to the array. Right. So here, and then casting the array into list, right, and then using the collections sort method, we are sorting the list. So here we are fetching the values and printing out the employee list before sorting and after sorting. So let's run this program and see. So this is what we find out here. So sort with before sorting, we have randomly spread objects here. Okay, and after sorting, we have the sorted salary by salary. So you can see the lowest salary over here and the highest salary in the last. Right. So to print the object parameters, you have to override employee toString method. So the toString method is required because when you are printing an object, it will print the reference if you are not overriding the toString. So you have to override the toString and add the parameters which you would like to add return to make sense. Basically, if you return ID and salary, then it makes sense for me to understand that okay, this object is containing these values, right? So you can override this toString, and to get sort the objects, you have to override the compareTo method. So ideally, you don't have to use the array over here. You can directly add into the list, but for the sake of education, so I have to do this because we understand like how the arrays can also be uh, sorted, will be ported into as list over here, right? So which you can use in your requirements. Okay, that is all for now. Thank you.